gonna jump out. He's gonna jump out.
Well, hey there, Ninja viewers. It's Tuesday, late afternoon. We're going to the hardware store. I'm, what is that? Getting some parts for a couple projects, but the one I'm most excited about is I'm getting the parts to build my own fancy schmancy stabilizer gimbal. I found a video, if you're interested, a DIY video. I'm going to link it in the description of this video. But it looks pretty cool. Redneck Engineering do-it-yourself camera stabilizer. Alright, so here is the finished product of the camera stabilizer. I'm not going to go into details about how it goes together because I'm going to put a link in the description to the video where I got the idea from. And if you're interested in building one for yourself, you can get all of this stuff there. I'm just going to talk about how it's worked so far, my preliminary tests. I got a couple tweaks I'm going to make to it because it's not quite there. For this little camera that I'm using, it's not... I mean, it works. I have some test footage, and as I was chasing Scooter around, NinjaScoot around with the camera, I'll throw a little bit of footage in here so you can kind of see some action shots here of how it goes. It works pretty well. I mean, I was moving pretty fast through a couple spots. This camera doesn't, in lower light, this camera doesn't do very well speed-wise when I'm panning left to right, or rather quickly, but the smoothness of being able to run behind Scooter and keep the camera fairly level and not shaky and stable, definitely pretty cool. So for daily vlog stuff, probably not a big deal, but for some of the other projects that I'm working on, it'll be a really nice, inexpensive alternative to be able to get some smoother, more professional looking shots. So I'm pretty excited about it. Here is what it looks like. You can see it. It's just a few pieces of pipe, threaded pipe. It's got a 2.5 pound weight at the bottom, and it connects with a flange to this wood, and then your camera sits on top, and you can see the way I have it right now is pretty well balanced. It's sitting straight up and down, and if I swing it, you can see the camera kind of wrestle back into a neutral position again. The way that it works, as you are shooting, essentially hold the stabilizer somewhere around this area with a couple fingers so that the weight on the bottom and the top can kind of counterbalance with each other. And you see it stays, even if I swing it, it wants to settle back down to a nice neutral position again. And then here with your other hand, you can grab this weight that's coming off and help direct the panning and the turning and the moving of this platform. So very rudimentary, very primitive, but also very cheap. Only costing about 20 bucks for the parts. And the footage that I did just with some stupid testing with the camera that I'm recording with now earlier today, it works pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. There's a learning curve, a little bit of practice, a little bit of getting used to how the camera behaves in this kind of scenario, but much smoother, much more professional looking results. So, pretty darn cool for some redneck engineering. I've got some satin black spray paint that once I get the wood and everything balanced perfect the way that I want it, I'll probably paint the whole thing black so it looks a little less jakey if I ever take it to do something at a client's. I have a couple clients who will appreciate the frugalness of it, particularly if the results turn out to be pretty good. You finally got introduced to the other member of the family, Domino the lizard. We cleaned out his cage. We've got some new AstroTurf in there, did a thorough disinfecting, wipe down cleaning of all of his stuff, and replaced the substrate that was in there with the green AstroTurf stuff that can be easily swapped out with a clean one, so I can rotate out a clean one with a dirty one, and the dirty one I can clean out really well. Just make it much easier to keep maintenance and keep his cage clean. Now that the cage doesn't look nasty, disgusting, and messy, you finally get to meet him, because I was embarrassed to show the cage before. But he is a black and white Argentine Tegu. They come from South America. They are similar to an African monitor lizard, but they're an example of divergent evolution, where you have two similar species that started in two different from two different relatives on the lizard tree, and both developed similar characteristics, although they are not directly related at all. So pretty interesting creatures. They're extremely intelligent. Domino is about 4.5 to 5 feet long. I got him when he was about maybe 2-3 weeks old, and was only about 4 or 5 inches long, and I hand reared him, fed him, pet him, played with him, and now he's, as you can see, we were petting him. He's very friendly, not aggressive at all. You can pet him, you can hold him, you can, he'll extremely friendly. And now that the cage is nice and clean, it'll make it even nicer to get in there and get him out and play with him a little bit more. I know he's been neglected a little bit because the cage was so nasty, so hopefully now he can get some attention again and maybe get even more interesting as he gets more interaction and used to other people. So that's it for this 2-day disjointed, cobbled together vlog of the Ninja fam. I hope you're having a great week. Tomorrow is Thursday, and that means I shall see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.